Not everyone recognizes that they might have a gambling problem. How do you know that gambling is a problem for you? Ask yourself if either or both of the following questions are accurate. Have you felt the need to bet more?
I can't see her at all.
Have you ever lied to
Can't see her at all.
about how much you gamble? If your answer is yes to either of these questions,
I can't tell on dog. Can't tell.
1-888-BET for more information.
Can't see her on dog.
Missouri encourages you to eat smart, like a tiger. Buy fruits and vegetables that are in season for maximum flavor at a lower cost. Check your local supermarket specials for the best in-season buys.
Boy, had you away.
Your local farmer's market.
No.
Find more tips like this at muext.us/eat smart like a tiger.
I might die back
This
here.
message was funded by USDA SNAP. News, I'm Ted Linder. Mediators brokering a new round of ceasefire talks aimed at ending the Israel-Hamas war as the fighting continues. There is a new push for peace as attention turns to Doha. That's where the U.S., Egypt, and Qatar are working on a ceasefire deal, the release of the remaining 115 hostages, and preventing a regional war. Fox's Jeff Paul in Tel Aviv. Discussions are expected to continue on Friday. Palestinian health authorities say over 40,000 have died since the start of the war. The Vice President Kamala Harris sharing the stage in Maryland today with President Biden. The pair praising their past efforts and future plans aimed at lowering prescription drug prices.
No senior should have to choose between either filling their prescription or paying their rent.
It's their first ever joint conference since President Biden dropped his re-election bid last month. America's listening to Fox News.
You'll make your mind say, what?
What are you doing? I'm your baby.
Hello, I'm doing good. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
I feel like I'm in a
Wow.
bad situation right now. I have been dating my boyfriend
Washing
for
red
5 years.
lights.
My parents want me to give him an ultimatum, but I don't agree with that. So yeah, I just want some clarity. I don't really know what to do.
Dale?
I feel like I've been pretty stressed about the whole situation right now. And the ultimatum is, I'm assuming, marriage or not, is what your parents are saying. Break out or marriage kind of thing. Correct. And you don't want that ultimatum? I do not. No, I don't agree with it.
Why?
I just feel like it's more about me and what I want versus what is actually best for the relationship. Like when I think about an ultimatum, I think about a spoiled child just telling mom and dad, I need this and I need it now. And it's just not what I want. Like it's just not what I feel like it's right.
Yeah.
Well, putting him in a corner, I could see being like, oh my gosh, they're like forcing you to marry me or something. I want you to do it out of your own will. But also, you're in a relationship with someone for 5 years that hasn't moved forward. You know, so like that's odd too, right? Absolutely. I think, that's what I think that both sides have their points. Like I do see where my parents are coming from.
Cause you
I
can't.
do agree with some of the things they say.
Wash your lights.
How old are you?
Pass downtown.
I am 27. Okay, your parents
Wash your lights right past downtown.
You're an adult.
How can we help you?
I think I just need clarity to see what I could do. Like, so when I talk to my boyfriend about marriage, right? I guess I just don't know what to think, to be honest, because I do see that both sides are right. So when I talk to my boyfriend about it,
No, there's not a side here. Okay. There's Tatiana is worth being pursued. And she's not being pursued.
What's your...
They got a video.
yeah.
When I met Sharon Ramsey 43 years ago, I couldn't keep my hands off her.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
I closed the deal, man.
That wild sneeze.
Tara
I
said.
want to
What
let
the-
nothing get away. Right? You're worth being pursued. Rachel's
What's wrong with you?
embarrassed right now, but oh well. She has no idea how she got here, apparently. We're having a meltdown in the studio down here.
We're here, Tati. We're here for you.
So here's the thing. Dr. John Deloney says that behavior is a language.
Yeah.
What people say doesn't matter as much as what they do. And this guy needs to paint or get off.
9:38.
You're worth that. That's not you being a spoiled child. The reason you entered into a relationship is not to hold status quo. You entered into a relationship to move the relationship forward and to grow. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not growing, it's frozen
Can I
in
pull over?
time. Because he's scared or he's not whatever. So I don't know that you have to give him an ultimatum, but I think you need to speak clearly to him as to, what was it, Rachel? Y'all used to call it, like, when y'all were teenagers, like, define the relationship or something. We need to talk about where this is going. Where's this going?
Yeah, so what do you want? That's my question to you. I mean, what do you want? Who cares? You know, your parents are saying one thing, he's saying something, but, like, do you long to have a marriage with someone and start a family and live your life? I mean, if that's what you, like, think about what you want, not what everyone else is going to perceive. What do you want?
Yeah, I think that's like the main question too. I have had conversations with him about it, like where is this going, and I've had been pretty clear. I think the hard part, and this is where I'm struggling too, is because I am in grad school right now, and we have been long distance for this whole time because I have been in school, and we also have an age gap. Which none of this sounds great. I know you guys are probably thinking this lady's crazy, but I think being in grad school and pursuing my PhD makes me feel like I have so much to think about that I can't imagine having a child right now.
Oh, sure.
We didn't ask you to have a kid. We just talked about getting married.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I definitely want to get married, and I want to have kids. I want to start my family, and I just feel like it's right now I feel like I have so much going on, and I think that he says the same thing, and that's what worries me, that it could be an excuse. He has made it clear that, like not clear.
How old is he?
Talked about he is in his, I'm sorry, he's in his early 40s.
Okay, what's he make? What's his income?
Let's call him John.
Okay. What does he make?
What does he make?
Yeah, what's his income?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What is his income? What does he make?
Like 80 to 100.
What's he do for a living?
I don't want to say it, but it's a government job.
Okay, that's fine. Works for the government.
Yeah.
And what are you studying for your PhD?
I am in a mental health. It's a psychology. It's a psychology program.
Okay, the answer to your question that you called us about is in your psych book.
I know, and that's what makes me so upset, because I'm like, I should know. I should know.
Yeah.
And
that is, anything that's not growing is dying, and behavior is a language. And if you were the queen of his world, he would have already put a ring on it, kiddo. So he needs to, you want somebody who's crazy about you that's pursuing you, don't you?
Well,
It sounds so casual and so
that
mature.
and the same values as well.
Yeah.
Like that's the bottom line
Exactly.
too. It's like, well, yeah, what do you value in life? And it may be different, and that's really sad that, it would be an end of a 5-year relationship, and for you started in your early 20s dating this guy. So it would be a big change for you, and it would, it's terrible and sad because you probably thought, oh my gosh, this is my life with him. But at the end of the day, you're learning we don't have the same values, and that's not going to work long term. That's not going to make Tatiana happy long term. I mean, you have your entire life still ahead of you, and finding someone that values and is in a similar, mindset of how life is and relationships and all of that is going to just benefit you, and this isn't doing that.
Yeah. I don't know that it's necessarily an ultimatum. We get married or we're done, but there does need to be an ultimatum. We need to get lined up on a trajectory here. This trajectory feels like it's leveled off, plateaued, stuck in status quo, stuck in the ditch, and we need to start moving towards something at some pace that we're both talking about, because otherwise the behavior is you are saying with your behavior you don't want me.
Yes, and some of the caution too, Tatiana, from him or you is, I mean, when you talk about marriage, that's serious. And marriage doesn't just fix everything. So my question would also be, what else is going on in the relationship? You know, if there are other red flags, because I think some people just feel like rushed into marriage because it's just what you do next. But you don't have to marry them, right? I mean, like, there is something to be said that maybe as you start digging into this, you're like, oh, wow, this
If you're
may
going
not be
to be a
answer.
therapist, what would you tell you if they were on the other side of the desk, the other side of the couch? She would tell you the same thing we're telling you right now. Because you know what to do. You've already studied all this stuff. Now you've just got to apply it to your life, and the problem is it hurts because it might mean that this isn't going to end well. It might. There's a risk of that. But the behavior is a language. When someone will not get off the ladder and they will not paint, they need to choose paint or get off the ladder. And that's what they need to do. And so that behavior is a language. It's saying something to you. His words don't matter compared to his actions. Read the tea leaves. And then, yeah, I'm going to define this relationship. Might not ultimatum it, but I would define it. You're worth that. This is the Ramsey Show. I've been doing this show for over 30 years, and some of the saddest calls I've taken are from situations that are completely preventable.
Yeah, and what's